let's get into those matches and let's jump right into the Seth Rollins Drew McIntyre match. It started the show. The crowd was hot for that. And I got to eat a little bit of crow here and give Seth Rollins his credit. Him and Drew McIntyre had a great match. I liked the false finishes. I liked the moves. They were physical. Um, and particularly, I think the false finishes is really what was good for me. You don't see Seth's matches usually go long. Like this one was a nice build, a nice tempo. The time of the match, the overall time of the match was good. And you had two guys at the peak of their careers going at it in Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. Great match. I liked how it was clean. And there was some times when Seth was down with his back injury and Drew kind of paused and he didn't
Mhm.
go after him. Now he hasn't commented on that yet. Timmy, overall thoughts of the match, like just the overall thoughts of the match, if you could.
You usually highlight these types of matches by asking the wrestlers to really, as I quote Tom, lay it in. And that's what you got from both of these guys. Within the first 5 minutes of these matches, or of this match particularly, Seth's chest was blood meat. It looked like he just got out of a butcher shop. And it was good to see because there's a lot of questions, especially from you and from the audience. And like he has been a fighting champion, and you cannot deny the fact that this guy continues to go out and defend. And what the thing he's doing is he's putting so much value into what that belt is. And I don't know if many people see that. It's just like, look, this dude is really putting um he might have he's probably getting close to defending it more than Roman Reigns has in 3 years. It's crazy. Like, but I mean, he's only had the title for probably less than a year now. But I'm just happy to see him really deliver on a high level with another opponent that I really think that um he sees eye to eye with, and they match up well, and it's just seemed like a good partnership throughout. Uh the storyline too as well throughout the match played into it a little bit. The back thing is still obviously an ongoing issue. And the not the bloodline, the Judgment Day thing had me in the back of my head thinking like, how is this going to really play out? And I think it was great with the false finishes, as you highlighted, because you didn't know, like that doubt in the back of your mind is like, all right, are we going to see somebody pop out, or are we going to? And like for the most part, like it was just a clean, really good match, with a lot of good like finishers and good spots where like guys are kicking out, and it's just like it had me kind of on my seat, like on the edge of my seat, like, oh Jesus, like he kicked out again.
Yeah.
That's insane. And like when you get that feeling when you're watching a PLE match, a heavyweight match, you know that they got you. So yeah, obviously flowers to both of those guys for performing the way they did. And it was it was a really good match.
Yeah. And like you're just saying there, Timmy, we didn't know who was going to win this match. There was a couple matches on this PLE that we circled that we knew, okay, this is going to be the outcome of this one. And this one had us, we didn't know. And
Yeah.
great show. And I will say, I think this is going to be something where when we look back on Seth Rollins' career years from now, I think this run that he's having is probably going to go down as his peak like run. I don't know how much longer he's going to be having the title, but he's been stringing this match right here and his run as far as defending the title. And you said he's had several defenses and stuff like that is something where he's showcasing this title and it's going to go down as maybe one of the highlights peak of his career. Kind of like when John Cena was the United States champion and he did his United States challenge and he would have different wrestlers come out each week. You're up pretty close there, Timmy. What's going on now?
I know. I just want to make sure that's you that's actually saying that's because I want to clip this little segment here and just put it in the archives. So, I mean, you have just done a 180, and we're gonna remember this.
I said I got to eat some crow here. I mean, this match was
I mean,
very
this
good.
one match is what puts you over. That's it. This is the one match you've been critical of Seth, and now all of a sudden you go, we're gonna look back at this
I
time.
think you know what? I think this is the best. I think that's the best match I've ever seen Seth Rollins have.
No Cody,
I've said before, I feel like that Cody
Hell in a
Seth match,
Cell.
I feel like that Cody Seth match was more about Cody dealing with his injury than it was an actual like
Okay.
this match is great. What made that match great was the injury and being able to perform through that. It takes two to take like Seth had to protect him and they went to the limits with that, but it wasn't like it just wasn't like your traditional wrestling match. This match was it had everything. It was very good. Like very good. And I'm surprised. I want to see what Meltzer
Cool
rates
thing.
this because it
Cool
was better
thing.
than the Shinsuke match.
And here's the other thing too. Seth is adding certain things to his repertoire with like little high flying, like risk maneuvers. Like he's using the ropes a little bit more. He's doing the almost like a lion salt, if you will, and he's becoming more athletic in the ring. And I think that's something you used to reference to, like when he would take more risks before his injury.
Yes.
And I think like he's probably feeling a little bit more comfortable in the ring, which is it's just great because you get better results when that does happen. Uh, but it's interesting because I like we feel like this run might be coming to an end with the belt, but like Seth's got so much ahead of him, dude. He's not done. It's not even close to being done. He's got so much more ahead of him. And if he's going to get better and better, like this is the time to do it. It's going to be cool to see him continue to develop because he's a guy that can reinvent himself and continue to progress throughout the company.